We're on to skill 1.10. This will be another really short and sweet one. It is called complementary and supplementary angles. So first one is complementary angles, and I don't really have any good way to remember this or anything that exciting about it, but complementary angles are two angles that add to 90 degrees. Okay, not three angles, not seven angles, two angles that add to 90 degrees. So they can either be connected. So you could have, for example, these two angles that are connected. So maybe you have like 30 degrees here, and then what would you have? 60 degrees here. Those would add to 90, or they don't need to be connected. You could have like this guy is 45 degrees, and then this guy is also 45 degrees. So those would be a set of complementary angles. So I'm going to say that these are adjacent. That's a word we haven't really used yet, but that's okay. I'll throw it in there. Adjacent angles are connected to each other, or these ones that I'm going to call separate. All right. Next one is supplementary angles. Supplementary angles, you could maybe try to guess. They are two angles that add to 180 degrees. So once again, we could have them being adjacent. So we could have like a straight line with maybe this one's 30 and this one's 150. Yes, that would add to 180. Okay, so we could have them being adjacent. Or maybe we had like a, I don't know, 100 degree angle here. And then maybe we had something just less than 90. So 80 degrees like so. So these guys would be separate, but they would also add to 180 degrees. All right, now I like to remember that supplementary and straight both start with an S. So that's how I distinguish the two. Supplementary starts with S, means straight, means they add to 180 degrees. So angle 1 and angle 2 are supplementary. Cool, they add to 180 degrees. If measure of angle 1 is 96 degrees, find the measure of angle 2. So for this example, I'm going to just do this just to kind of help us keep things straight. Measure of angle 1 plus measure of angle 2 has to be 180 degrees. That's the setup. Okay, well, we know measure of angle 1 is 96 degrees, so we can substitute that in. So 96 degrees plus something plus the measure of angle 2 is equal to 180 degrees. Now, you don't have to go through all of this algebra. If you already knew the answer 2 minutes ago, that's fine. But just so that we can see an algebra example and one totally worked out in the notes, I'm just going to go ahead and do it this way. Okay, so now we know, after a little bit of math here, measure of angle 2 is equal to 180 minus 96, which is going to be, let's see, that's a 4, and then 17 minus 9 is 8, so 84 degrees. All right, so to help you remember, once again, supplementary and straight both start with an S. That's my little trick for remembering. Complementary, they add to 90. I don't have a good way to remember that. Maybe you do. So go ahead and get started with practice 1.10.